Then even the worst pain is just, oh my God. Zion, welcome to the family. Let's dance. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna make that like global. Simple as that. Like let's dance, man. Man, this is nice. My first jersey from a professional athlete. True breed.
Sit down.
Jeez, thank you, Drew Brees. It's a nice gift. Sheesh. Our first jersey. I'm gonna collect a lot of these. I know D-Wade probably got like 100, 1,000 something.
Yeah, you got quite a few. Don't worry, you go get yours.
Wow, passing the torch. Are you ready to take that on? City of New Orleans.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to Tigers Roar. I am Jonathan Poche alongside the Budman, Buddy Sanjay, here at Scoreboard. You saw the opening clip of Tigers Roar. Zion Williamson, Drew Brees passing the torch, signing the jersey. What a cool moment for that young man who's really said all the right things since being picked first overall in the NBA draft last week, excuse me.
All I can say is Zion has taken New Orleans by storm, and it is unbelievable that, number one, the Pelicans got the first pick, minuscule percentage. Number two, Zion was there. He was in a fog, so emotional. It's almost like, you know, when your Pelicans or Saints or an LSU or Jag or Tulane, whatever, you care about these teams and something goes good, you got to pinch because you don't believe it. But this has evolved into an incredible uplifting of the Crescent City. And with Drew Brees, interesting because it kind of puts a little pressure when you say I'm passing the torch and you're talking about a Hall of Famer,
right.
First round Hall of Fame ballot
Right.
quarterback for the New Orleans Saints.
Drew Brees, the face of New Orleans sports, the quarterback of the Saints, Super Bowl MVP, passing the torch, as he says, to Zion. Hopefully Zion is ready to handle that mantle. He said in the video he was going to make Let's Dance a global expression. It's already being picked up in New Orleans. Fans are very excited for basketball. Gail Benson done an absolutely great job. First bringing in another GM, Executive Vice President, David Griffin. Had a big-time draft, a lot of excitement building towards this season. A lot that has to do with Zion Williamson.
Hey, you want to talk about Let's Dance? Check out the girls at Glitter and Gossip. They do a little more dancing than we do with Kelly and Jen and all the ladies. Check them out every Tuesday. But I think that whole city is going to be dancing. But let's do first things first. Excited about the Pelicans, but really excited. Can you believe we are less than 3 weeks away? SEC Media Football Days. Coach O, Dan Mullen, and Barry Odom. Day one in Birmingham, July 15. Take your family to the beach. Get your honeydews done. And it is not long before they start getting out on the practice fields, practicing, and you know, everybody's undefeated in July and August, JP.
We will talk a lot of LSU football on this program. The Coach's Caravan was in Metairie, my neck of the woods, down at Walk-Ons in the Clearview Mall. Coach Ed Ogeron, Coach Steve Ensminger, Dave Aranda, and of course Joe Brady all spoke with the media. We'll have their interviews right here on Tigers Roar. Also want to talk some College World Series. Game 3 of the final versus Michigan versus Vanderbilt will be tonight on ESPN, 6 o'clock. It is going to be a dandy of a matchup. I'll tell you what, buddy, starting pitching has really been on shine. So you got your Vandy Whistler going.
Doesn't that aggravate the heck out of you? I'm sorry on TV and those here and at Scoreboards. Come by and see us, by the way. We got happy hour. JoJo's in the house, and I'm happy she's here. But that whistling with Vandy is
Crazy.
the most aggravating thing, and I could not simulate, but I'm watching it last night, and literally I had to turn my volume down. But they kind of came to a compromise, said you can whistle when Vandy was doing good. I think he was kind of cheating. You know, the speed limit's 70.
Right.
He was driving 80 sometimes last night with the whistling. But boy, Kumar Rocker, what an incredible young man. Vandy didn't want the money, went to Vandy for the education. His mama pushed that. Of course, his daddy's Tracy Rocker, who was an incredible football player at Auburn and now coaches the D-line with Tennessee. But you're hoping for Vandy, but hey, let's give a tip of the hat to Eric Bakich and Michigan. They have played really, really well, especially for a Big Ten team, which
Right.
has not won the CWS, folks, since 1966.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a great job representing that conference. Like I said, start pitching has really been on shine, something that LSU really struggled with this entire season. Not only the injuries, but when they got to the postseason, that injury bug kind of flared up again. Cole Henry couldn't go deep into a game, put a lot of tax in that bullpen. You need starting pitchers to go at least 7 innings to really give you a fighting chance at the College World Series. And look, both Michigan and Vanderbilt have great starting pitching. You saw in Game 1 of the finals, Mr. Tommy Henry for the Michigan Wolverines almost go the entire way. 8 in the third. Did an outstanding job. Would have been his second complete game in the postseason. Something that's really tough to do against these great hitters. But if you start facing the lineup 2-3 times and still getting outs, that's really speaking to your ability and your dominance on the mound.
Yeah, you got to love the left-handed pitchers, and certainly we hope going forward LSU will do a little bit better job of recruiting and getting some JC transfers that are lefties. By the way, we wanted to spice it up a little bit tonight. We know that it is the summer, but we brought our friends. 15, this is Matt Flynn, and you're the quarterback here. Jacob Hester, I'm the guy that tries to pick it up on 4th down. We got a hat, we got an LSU stuff, Bugman. We wanted to spice it up. I got a little purple in our garb, and JoJo has the Golden Girl sweater on. So come on over here at the scoreboard. It's 10635. Once again, we'll tell you daily menus, we'll tell you specials, and of course we're taping today. Vandy and Michigan start for Game 3. Winner wins it all. That'll be starting up in about 30 or so minutes.
College baseball will end this evening with a new champion. It will be either the Vanderbilt or the Michigan Wolverines. We'll see what happens on ESPN. 6 o'clock first pitch, and we'll have you updated right here on Tigers Roar. I want to go over the daily specials for scoreboards. If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor. Come by 10655 Coursey Boulevard. Very convenient to Airline. Great atmosphere, TVs all over the place. Great place to watch the College World Series tonight. Daily lunch specials. There you see them right there. It is closed Monday, but available for private parties. If you want to rent it out, it's a great space. A big, full bar, lots of dining area in the back. Great for parties, functions, whatever you want to do. Scoreboard to take care of it. There's your lunch specials each and every day. Tuesday, chicken fettuccine. Wednesday, I had some red beans and rice today. They were outstanding. Thursday, hamburger steak, and the Friday, crawfish etouffee. Also got snow crabs on the weekend. Lots going on here at Scoreboards. Come check it out, 10655 Coursey Boulevard. And do yourself a favor. I mean, get the great food. The bread pudding is outstanding if you're in the mood for something sweet. And come check it out. I'm Jonathan Poche. He is the Bud Man, Buddy Sanji. We're here at Scoreboards for Tigers Roar. We'll be back after this break. We'll hear from Coach Ed Ogeron from the LSU Fighting Tigers from the Coach's Caravan. This past Monday from walk-ons in Metairie. Come back and join us after this message.
Remember what these trips were like before you put the screens in the back seats?
I don't want to think about it.
Are we there yet? I'm hungry. Where are we?
Go, go, go. That game should keep them occupied.
Oh, yeah!
Dad.
Oh, in your face!
Don't make me get back there.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology, which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
Joined by the Bud Man, Buddy Sanji, ready to talk some LSU football. Just a few weeks away from SEC Media Days, Coach Ed Ogeron, owner's Coach's Caravan, had a stop at Walk-Ons in Metairie, Louisiana, talked to a lot of LSU fans, really got the juices flowing. It's time to talk some LSU football.
You know, Coach O is smart enough to know that obviously after you get to the LSU job, you go from the interim and then you get the head title, and you just got an extension and a raise. And so now, you know, as we talked about, JP, you're building the house, you're building the foundation, and they're really working their tails off to get more 4 and 5 stars at the line of scrimmage, offensively and defense. But I haven't talked to an LSU fan yet that isn't expecting 10 or maybe even 11 wins in the regular season. So they've got to get their act together. They're all in shape. They got to get their injured guys back. Expectations are through the roof. I firmly believe they will be the second pick in the West behind Bama. Obviously, for the championship, they'll be behind Bama and Georgia, maybe third, maybe fourth. But expectations are through the roof, and you know those are good and bad. Good because you can sell a lot of season tickets and everybody thinks you're going to win most of the games. Bad, as we just saw with baseball, you start off up on that, way up in that high area code, and you lay an egg, and it brings more criticism and scrutiny.
There was a lot of optimism by all LSU fans. LSU had the #1 recruiting class at one time. A lot of 4 and 5 stars, as you mentioned. Recruits from all over the nation. Everybody's excited to see those new freshmen coming in, see what they can do. But really, I mean, it all starts with the quarterback, and LSU finally has the same guy coming in, knowing who the starting quarterback is going to be early in spring in Joe Burrow. There's a lot of excitement. We'll let you hear from Coach Ed Ogeron from his Coach's Caravan stop at Walk-Ons in Metairie this past Monday. Here is Coach O.
Do you enjoy these kind of events? I mean, you're good at this. How much do you enjoy meeting fans and just, talking to?
I love it, especially coming to New Orleans, a big area for us, great recruiting area for us. I get to see Bobby, I get to see Deuce. I brought my wife Kelly. It's like a reunion, a bunch of friends. Just love being here.
Does doing these things get you a little more excited too?
Yeah.
When you hear from people and look, I mean, people are optimistic right now. You feel that, don't you?
Yeah, it gets you juices flowing. It gets you ready for the season. You know, we've had a very busy June. Our guys have done 10 football camps. We've had almost 24 official visits this spring. Our coaches have not taken a day off. So Thursday, they're going to start vacation for a month, get fresh, and get ready to go.
Has Scott Woodward asked anything different of you than what you've been doing so far?
No, not really. Just been very supportive. Being from Louisiana, he and I hit it off right away. He's big into recruiting. He comes to our recruiting office, knows all about our recruits, very knowledgeable, even put me on a couple of recruits. I think he's going to be fantastic.
So your early review is all thumbs up?
A+.
Coach, last year around this time there was maybe some uncertainty, but this year expectations are back up to where obviously LSU belongs. How do you manage that? How do you handle that?
You know, it's good, really, but when we get back in August, it's about blocking out the noise. You know, when they talk bad about you, you can't listen. When they talk good about you, you still can't listen. You know, when they talk good, everybody wants to listen to it and start believing in it. That's when you get beat. We have to come back, focus on one game at a time, do the things that the LSU Tigers can do.
How different is it right now than this time last year, just because of Joe? I mean, having a quarterback that already knows a lot of what you want to do, that's a huge sort of kickstart, isn't it?
It brings confidence to everybody, the fans, the coaching staff, the players. We're more advanced in offense right now than we've ever been. The addition of Joe Brady has been fantastic. Our recruiting class, I can't wait to see our receivers and our 2 young running backs. Our offensive line is going to get better. I'm excited about this team.
I guess on the defensive side of the ball, you get a guy like Kelvin Chason back. I know he was a huge player to start last year and obviously had the injury, but what does it mean for that defense to get a guy like that back?
You know, it gives Dave the flexibility to call more defenses that involve Kelvin. Obviously, we want him rushing, put him in different spots. He's a guy that you give him a one-on-one rush, he's going to win. So having him back, and then Grant Delpit. I think Grant Delpit is probably the best defensive player in America. We're going to use him. We're going to send him. Excellent player.
What is special about Grant? What does he do that most college safeties can't?
His awareness level. Think about the play he made against Georgia. He was rushing the kick. He felt the tight end leave. He stopped his rush, covered the tight end, and then caused the fumble from the kicker. Tremendous awareness play.
Coach, it seems like there's some good synergy between Joe Brady and Steve Ensminger. It seems like at least early on, they've meshed well together. Have you been pleased with that relationship?
It's been perfect. You know, Steve's getting old. He's like John Wayne, you know. He comes to work every day. He's tough. He's hard-nosed. Joe is young and energetic. We wanted to put in the spread. I talked to Steve about what we're doing. He's in total agreement. He wants what's best for LSU. Those guys work tremendous together.
How good can Jamar Chase be?
He can be one of the best in the nation. One of the things I challenged Jamar on is getting in great physical condition. He had one spring where he had 10 to 12 balls, outstanding spring, but he got tired at the end. So I think this off-season conditioning will be tremendous for him. You know, I'll give you an example. We had some recruits on campus 2 weeks ago. They actually said, Coach, can we bring our recruits, watch our players practice? I said, what are you talking about? It's Saturday morning. Joe Burrow had the whole team out at 10 o'clock in the morning, volunteering their own time, practicing on Saturday. He's a tremendous leader. Yeah. Well, last year, at this time, he didn't even practice with us. You know, so our team knows about Joe. We're able to do more things at the line of scrimmage with Joe. We have put in a brand new offense, on the spread offense. It's something that tailors to Joe's skill level. I think he's going to have a hell of a year.
Would you say that you're more comfortable in the job at this point?
No question.
You seem so relaxed every time I see you now.
Thank you. I feel confident. I feel confident about recruiting. I know the job that our staff is doing. I think I have the best staff I've ever assembled, but the chemistry is right. The synergy when we go to work. We're all on the same page. Our players love going to work. They're in good condition. Now, we know the schedule is going to be challenged and stuff like that, but, you know, the expectations are high at LSU, but that's what you want. That's the school that I always wanted to be with. The expectation is to win the national championship. I understand that. Derek Stingley is a very well coached young man. His dad is a coach. He knows the ins and outs of corner play. He's tall, he's long, and he's fast. He has great ball skills. I think Derek is going to give us a tremendous boost in the return game. He's an excellent athlete. He can also be an excellent offensive player, but we're only going to play him on defense. You know, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. He's tall, he's long. There's a couple of comparisons to some people, but I want to see it first.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You've added a guy to your coaching staff that's come from an NFL team that's a high-powered offense. They say speed kills. How do you take advantage of that, especially on an offense that they're usually ahead of the game and the defenses are?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, one of the things that we have to do at LSU in the spread offense is give our players space, put the ball in their hand, and let them make plays. We have to improve in our short passing game, our intermediate passing game, our crossing routes, make things difficult for the offense according to their coverages. Joe Brady has brought all of that to our game. We will go some hurry up, we will go some pace, and sometimes we'll huddle up to slow up the game. It all depends on the tempo of the game.
How much more can this offense do? Just tight end. Pass games you guys been cutting down.
Yeah, you know, we're looking at moving Stephon Sullivan, who is a 6'6" wide receiver, to tight end. You know, I tell our guys all the time, we have all of Jimmy Graham's plays. We just don't have Jimmy Graham yet. I'm looking for him.
All right, that was Coach Ed Ogeron from his Monday stop on the Coach's Caravan in Metairie, Louisiana, talking all things LSU football, and the leader, Joe Burrow, calling a players-only practice. Everybody showed up to practice on a Saturday morning. That's great to see. Really giving some momentum to your theory that Burrow might be number 18 this year.
Well, you know, it's interesting. We'll see. Of course, Jacob Hester, as we all know, did a great job of representing that number. What an incredible night at the time. Les had that Les in him, and they went 5 for 5 to beat Florida. And Jacob Hester, of course, a bunch of those on fourth down. But lo and behold, I think it's between Rashard Lawrence, who Coach O did say last night is about 60% right now, and Joe Burrow. But to a man, Joe Burrow is the face of the offense. He is the leader on the offensive side of the ball, and there is no doubt, JP, that people respect him, they like him, and now he is in an offense that he can really show how good he is. Last year, you know, you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole. This year, I think the peg's going to fit perfectly, and the real key, can you get rid of the football quick enough so that the offense does not give up 35 sacks, which they gave up last year.
When you think about this time last year, Joe Burrow hadn't even practiced with the team. I mean, that is incredible to go on to win 10 games, including that big bowl game against the defending champs in UCF.
He didn't even know what gumbo was last year at this time.
That's a great point. Joe Burrow, a whole off season under his belt as the quarterback, not including the time he spent last year under center. Everybody looks up to Joe. They know who the leader is. It's big number 9 right now. It might change, but number 9, Joe Burrow, is the quarterback. He's the leader. Miles Brennan does look better, I believe, this season they did last season. Put on some weight. We'll hear from Joe Brady a little bit later on in the show, talk about him as an athlete, Miles Brennan as an athlete, not only making plays with his arm, but also with his legs on called runs. They have lots of confidence that if something would happen to Joe, Miles Brennan could step right in and be effective. Hopefully that's not the case. Joe Burrow can stay upright behind an improved offensive line, you would think, and we'll see.
Yeah, and you know the $64 million question, JP, and everybody is asking this right now, not only locally but nationally, and that is LSU really going to implement this new hurry-up, no-huddle offense? Now, when you go no-huddle and you have 3 and outs, it puts an inordinate amount of pressure on your defense. But when you go to the line of scrimmage and call the check with me's, then you can soak the clock. And one of the things that always drove me crazy with college football is that these teams that are no-huddle, hurry-up, they don't know how to soak the clock.
Yep.
So when you get a lead, you don't need to be going no-huddle. You want to shorten the game from making it like this. But early on, you're going to have to really be cognizant of what LSU's trying to do on offense. And ladies, just realize that the old man is going to be watching the offense and he's going to be saying, honey, they actually are doing what everybody's doing. Ohio State and Alabama and all the big-time Clemson and all the big-time teams that they aspire to compete with. This is really going to be interesting to see Joe Brady, Steve Ensminger, and Coach O, what they come up with offensively, philosophically, on a week-to-week basis.
You heard Coach O reference Steve Ensminger as John Wayne, a guy that's, he's seen it, he's done it. And then you have the newcomer, Joe Brady, who's really the young, the cool, the hip coach wearing the cool shades. A lot of players really relate to Joe Brady because he's not much older than they are. Worked for the Saints for a few years, bringing that RPO offense to the LSU Tigers. We'll hear from Ensminger and Brady just in a few minutes after this next break on Tigers Roar. I really want to ask you, Bud, man.
Yes, sir.
What do you think the relationship is like with Ensminger and Brady? I mean, are they feeding off each other? Is Brady referring to Ensminger? I mean, I know he's offensive coordinator, but I mean, bringing in a new element to the offense is Joe Brady and really a whole new philosophy in the passing game.
Well, I'll give you a perfect analogy. How you like working with me? We're appreciably different in age and other things, and yet you make me younger, you make me happier, you make me full of P&V, and I think that Joe Brady is bringing out the youth of Steve Ensminger. He's recharged. He doesn't have to go put his battery and charge his phone battery all day like we do, but I think it is going to be a great marriage. But the key is always that first obstacle, that first game where you're 3rd and 19 and you got to call a play to get out of a jam deep in the end zone. Then, more importantly, you're 3rd and 4, you're down to Auburn, 2 points.
Yeah.
Do you go for the field goal? Do you go for the touchdown? Making the key plays when you have obstacles and adversity. But right now, on paper, the guys are getting along, and I venture to say this will be a much better relationship with Steve Ensminger and Coach O than with Matt Canada.
Well, we'll hear from Steve Ensminger, the offensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers, right after this break here on Tigers Roar. I'm Jonathan Pocha. He's Buddy Sanji. Join us after this break.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Remember the smell of vinyl? What happened to all your old records? Lost in a move? Thrown out by the ex? Get them back. Classic Vinyl's Record Store and Collectibles, 13847 Coursey, where you can find all old vinyl, all genres of music, rock, country, blues, and R&B. Classic Vinyls and Collectibles behind Mary Lee Donuts and Coursey. If they don't have it, they'll get it. Look for them on Facebook. Classic Vinyls, sponsors of Classic Vinyls, Classic Rock Night Thursdays at Scoreboards on Coursey.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology. including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
Hey, Mike Benson from Rocket Work at Eagle 98.1. Have you ever heard my band Studio 4 play? We do an acoustic jam every Thursday night at Scoreboards on Coursey, and we'd love you to come on out. We feature local artists after each set, too. If you want to perform, send a demo to me, Mike at eagle981.com, and we'll put you in the queue. Join us for food and drink specials, prizes all night long, and more. Studio 4's Unplugged Acoustic Jam with me, Abby Lee, and JoJo every Thursday from 8 till 9:30 at Scoreboards on Coursey with Eagle 98.1.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
Jonathan Poche, Buddy Sanji here at Scoreboards for Tigers Roar. Buddy, LSU fans have been told for years now LSU's offense will look different this season. Is this the year that actually happens?
Well, you know, here's a skinny what everybody on a thumbnail sketch should look for. First of all, you're going to see LSU go HUNH. Hurry up, no huddle. Now, whether they physically huddle, Joe Brady said, no, we're not going to do that. But as we know, with check with knees, they'll go to the line of scrimmage and call plays in. They're going to go hurry up. They're going to go up tempo, but they also are going to soak some clock. They're going to get rid of the football much quicker out of Joe Burrow's hands. Shotgun probably 90 to 95%. Very little fullback. They're trying to get Stephon Sullivan, a tight end, to give mismatch problems. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Terrace Marshall, those three are going to be potentially really good. Number 6 is the guy that is finally healthy. He was higher rated than Jamar Chase. Both of them are 5 stars.
Yeah.
But he's got his ankle fixed, and he's catching the deep ball well. Miles Brennan, as you said, really a much better complementary backup if Joe would get hurt. And then you got 2 guys that can take it to the house, Tyrion Davis-Price, John Emery coming in as running backs. We're going to see a couple different tight ends, Jamal Pettigrew and obviously Thaddeus Moss, who we have been waiting to see for a whole year. So once again, the key, can you get you some left tackles and right tackles? But they are going to get rid of it quicker. I think it's going to be up-tempo offense. Still got to convert on third downs. But more importantly, I think, JP, the big key, got to do a better job inside the red zone. 29 of 33, you love Cole Tracy.
Right.
But got to score more touchdowns inside the red zone this year.
Well, the guy that will be in charge of the LSU offensive coordinator, Steve Ensminger. He was also on the coach's caravan that made the stop on Monday in Metairie at Walk-Ons. We'll hear from Coach Steve Ensminger right now here on Tigers Roar.
At these events, how impressive is he? Just how easy he is with people, like all kinds of people. He never seems uncomfortable.
That's his atmosphere right here. You know, just being with people and everything else is what he does. And he's good at it. I mean, he loves visiting with the LSU fans. He loves talking about LSU football. he's in his element right now.
This is the way he is, like in a recruiting living room, too?
Yes, no doubt about it. And the same way every recruit comes in, every parent that comes in here, we sit in his office and they feel at home. And he just talks like he talks to everybody else.
I know as a coach, look, as a college coach, it's a requirement that you can do that. Is that like one of his biggest strengths? Like, is he unique in his ability to relate to everybody?
Everything I have seen, and like I said, recruiting-wise and everything else, him sitting down with parents and kids and everything else and answering their questions and making them feel at home, making them feel like they're a part of his family, that's what he's good at. It's been outstanding. I'm excited about Joe being here and everything else. He brings a lot to the table. He's put out a lot of ideas. That hey, we sit down and discuss. Hey, in the passing game, in the play action pass, and the run tags and everything else, we discuss it. Hey, we agree on it sometimes we don't. So it's hey, I like this, I like this, I like this. I'm not real fired up about this, and we agree, and we're on the same page. Yes, he has. He's done that, and he's shown me film on it where he's been and everything else. Might have been with the Saints, might have been Penn State, might have been where he played at. We've researched a lot of teams and everything else. He said, I think this scheme fits us, and we haven't done it. So, we're looking at that. The beauty of this past spring is we're a little bit more mature on offense. So when we brought up ideas, we say, hey, let's go out there and try it. We can experiment all spring. We can experiment with a lot of different sets, a lot of different plays, a lot of different formations, a lot of different personnel. So we got a lot done in the spring, and we had a chance to go after spring and say, I like this, don't like this, let's take it out, and now we know the direction we're going.
Coach, how much different is it having the quarterback position solidified? You mentioned this.
Oh, it's, I'll be honest, I've been here 10 years, and maybe with the exception of Zach Mettenberger and maybe Danny's second year, it's, I don't know if we've had that, but it's a little different. And hey, we know who the quarterback is. He is the leader of our offense. He's chosen that way. Our team looks up to him, So it's refreshing. It's refreshing in the fact that the stuff that we put in here in the spring, the new stuff that we tried, and everything else, he has input on it. Hey, what do you think? You like it? You think we can do that? So when we sit down and we talk about what we're going to do that spring with Joe, myself, and the rest of the staff, I present it to Joe and say, what do you think about this? Can you do this? And yes, he can. No, he can't. So he's part of all of this. Well, it was, I thought it was an amazing season in the fact that, we talked last spring, and it was like, okay, I don't know who the quarterback is. We don't know who the receiver is. Don't know who the running back is. Don't know who it was refreshing. I tell you what, I can't say enough about Coach Orgeron. I can't say enough about our whole team. They blocked out the noise, and they went and played every game. They gave great effort. They believed in themselves, and we just got a little bit better, and we had a great year. Yes. I know we're heading in that direction. I know that's our fact. I know in the bowl game we did a lot more, even out of the backfield, we did a lot more five-man protection, got the ball out quick, which I thought helped us. I actually had a chance to talk to Randy after the game. I said, I thought you was going to blitz more. He said, I thought you were going to max protect more. I said, well, we just had to get the ball out. So we released our back a lot more, and it kind of helped us. It kind of kept them away from blitzing and put them into coverage, and we had a chance to pick some of that apart.
Talk about the progression of Miles a little bit, and now that he's maybe healthier than he's been, is that something that you can obviously see?
I'll say this about Miles, Brandon. My vote is that he's the most improved player on our team this spring. He had an outstanding spring. He's weighing 207 pounds right now. He's taken the attitude like Joe has. He's been every day this spring watching film, even after spring is over with, and we're having walkthroughs and the teams are running practice. He's in every day right now watching film, and he's enjoying it. So my hat's off to him. I can see the improvement. He's gotten so much better, and I look forward to him playing some. Well, I look forward to we had enough people coming back that we have a little depth right now, and we didn't have to switch a right guard to a left tackle. We didn't have to take a left guard to a right tackle, which we did a lot last spring. I think with everybody coming back, and I think with the true freshmen coming here, I think they will give us some depth, and I'm looking forward to seeing them on the field. We've seen them in individual drills, but I look forward to them practicing. I think we have enough depth this year where we don't have to switch positions. Well, you know what? They looked the part in the weight room, and they looked the part. We have a chance to go outside with no ball and do some individual drills. So I'm curious to put the ball in the hands and going against the defense. And, running back, that with the exception of who you read and everything else, then talent takes over. Do they make the right read? Can they make the moves and everything else? I think these two guys have it. I think we have more depth right now at running back than we had in the last couple of years.
We have different styles.
All of them are different styles. Every one of them. I'm talking about from Clyde to Lennard to Chris Curry to John Emery to Ty. Every one of them is a little bit different. And I look forward to, kind of fitting that with what we're doing offensively.
The tight end position, the tight end position, you lose a guy like Foster, you can do anything you ask him.
Right.
Is Jamal,
well, it's last year Foster's the only one we had. Everybody else got hurt. We had one tight end play with him all season, and thankfully he was a great player for us, and he managed to get through it. This year we got everybody back healthy. Thad Moss is back healthy. TK McClendon, we came in as a junior college. We moved Stefan to a tight end position. Jamal, I'm leaving one out, and I don't know who it is. But it's going to be tight end by committee. There's a lot of things we did in the spring game that a lot of people didn't see it. We still do have a 12 and 21 personnel in where we put two tight ends in the ball game. And I think we're talented enough to do that. We still have 21 personnel in. We're a 3-wide team. We had a chance to experiment with 4 wides. We had 3 or 4 practices. We went 5 wide. So just the maturity of that is back, and a little bit more depth that we've had. We've had a chance to experiment with it during the spring, and I look forward to see what we'll come up with this fall.
Can you say that this is as close to the offense as he's gotten that he wanted? Does that make you happy?
Oh, I'm happy. Yes, like I said, last year we didn't know who we were, but like I said, I keep bringing it up. The thing I'm excited about is we did so many things during the spring to evaluate our talent. Can we be 5 wide? Yes. Can we be 4 wide? Yes. Can we go 2 tights? Yes. Because we have that depth now. So, I think there's going to be, I think game by game, whatever fits, we can do. And I'm looking forward to doing that.
That was Steve Insminger, the offensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers, from the Coaches Caravan this past Monday in Metairie at Walk-On, speaking to the media about a lot of things. About Joe Brady, about Stephon Sullivan, about Joe Burrow. All the pieces and parts are coming together for LSU Tigers on offense. He's ready to show the nation, the LSU fans, that it's going to be different this year. Buddy, do you believe him?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I do think that they are going to have a different mindset. I do think they are going to get better. But what would you be satisfied? In LSU's heyday, when Les was here, they were winning 10 games every year. And a couple of those years, obviously, when you had Zach Mettenberger throw for 3,000 and Jeremy Hill run for 1,000, and then Jarvis and Odell Jr., 1,000-yard receivers, that was pretty special. But they didn't have the defense. Aranda, and we'll listen to Dave Aranda later on in the show, really fired up about how he's got some guys in special situations. But I don't know, would 400 yards a game and 35 points a game be fair to expect?
I don't know if it's fair to expect, but that would certainly be a change from what we've seen from LSU's offense in the past.
That's what I think they're going to have to do to accomplish the things that they want. And believe it or not, I think they've got a chance to do that. Now, Burrow is pretty smart, so let's give him 25, 26 passing touchdowns and maybe 8 to 10 INTs. By the way, Athlon Sports came out with a quarterback poll, rated every quarterback in the country on the top 130 teams that play D1. Joe Burrow was 28 the quarterback from Texas, Sam Ehlinger, number 3.
Wow.
Behind Tua and I forgot the second guy, but he was the guy from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. So, but I think Joe Burrow is going to be better than 28. Ehlinger, you got to tackle. That'll be the first big game of the year, but I'm expecting and hoping for great things from the offense.
We have a lot more from the coaching staff of the LSU Tigers here on Tigers Roar. We'll hear from them a little bit later. We're going to take a quick break, then come back with Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com. Mike always does a great job keeping you updated, everything going on in recruiting. We're lucky to have him here on Tigers Roar. We'll take a quick break, come back with Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Tonight, where are we meeting?
Tonight? Date night? Oh. Find sushi restaurant.
Let's try wasabi sushi.
Route to sushi.
The destination is on your left.
Play our song.
Pioneer in-dash systems with Apple CarPlay. Get yours installed today at your local Mesa retailer.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Cantea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Cantea, your Italian dining will change forever.
For total home pest control, who are you going to call?
Call the bug man.
923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar. I am Jonathan Poche alongside Buddy Sanji. Lucky to be joined by TigerBait.com's Mike Scarborough to give you the latest update on everything LSU recruiting. I want to bring him in right now. Good afternoon, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing good. Glad to be with you guys.
Glad to have you with us, as always. Ready to hear your wealth of knowledge of everything LSU recruiting. Mike, what's going down the last week, and what can LSU fans be looking forward to in the near future?
Yeah, I tell you what was really special last week was LSU's elite football camp. And in the 20-plus years I've been doing this and going to camps, and since the Gennaro years, I've never seen a 3-day stretch of quarterbacks show up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for camps in Baton Rouge. And that's a credit to the offensive staff, Ensminger, Joe Brady, Colin D'Angelo, the recruiting staff, on and on and on, for getting those kids to come to town, and just the interest that they're all buying into the future of LSU's offense. And you know, you had two youngsters get offered on Thursday. Walker Howard from St. Thomas More, who we've talked about a lot.
Yep.
Jamie Howard's son. You had Luke Altmaier from Starkville, Mississippi, get an offer. You had the Ty Simpson kid from Tennessee that was there, that who had already had an offer from LSU. He's class of 22. And what's unique about those three kids in particular is that all three of them have ties to Laurel, Mississippi. All their daddies know each other. So then on Friday, you had Caleb Williams from Gonzaga High School in Washington, D.C., a 5-star for 21, who had an unbelievable day. And then on Saturday, you had the Nussmeier kid who lit it up. Of course, he's the son of Doug Nussmeier, Garrett Nussmeier. And he was absolutely lights out on Saturday. So we posted loads of high-def video of each of those quarterbacks every day. Still easy to find on the website. But, you know, even with these kids, there was probably the wide receiver group wasn't that good. Had a lot of drop balls, but you could see in our video just how accurate these guys are. And I think with LSU's quarterback recruiting board, for 21, 22, and then even 23, we'll see what Eli Holstein, who's at STM now, and Arch Manning. And then you had another kid there for 23. His daddy played for LSU. Fayard, Johnny Fayard in the early 90s, his son's a quarterback for the class of 23. He was at camp and threw a nice ball. So it's going to be an incredible next 3 years of quarterback recruiting.
You know, Mike, JP and I were talking earlier segment. We talked about Joe Brady. We talked about Steve Ensminger. But to get this much interest and to have this many quality kids at quarterback coming into camp tells me that they are all buying in on what LSU wants to do on offense this upcoming season. So we ask you the $64 million question. Are you buying it? And is this going to be an offense that moving forward is going to be in the shotgun and looks like Ohio State, Bama, Clemson, and all the big boys? Because what we saw in the spring and what Joe Brady and Ensminger are selling on these caravans, this is a lot of excitement with the quarterback spot at LSU. Now, blocking for them, JP, is another issue which we will talk with Mike about. But Mike, sounds like when they look at film and tape, Joe and everything that him and Steve are telling these recruits, everybody's all ears right now.
There's no doubt. And look, a big part of the offense and why not only has this got kids excited, because most of them, that's what they're running in high school. But it's also a bit of a necessity play for LSU, because that is the big question mark going into next season. I mean, unless you can name a position on the team that's of bigger concern, it's the offensive line. So you need an offense that gets rid of the ball quick, that gets to the line of scrimmage and is fast-paced. And the quarterbacks are trying to get rid of the ball as quick as possible, and it's high tempo. So I think it checks multiple boxes for LSU.
But before the show, JP says he went through the drive-thru at Burger King, and he asked me a question when we were setting up. Where's the beef? So let's talk about the lineman camp and if they are, in fact, going to finally get some 4- and 5-star offensive and defensive linemen in this class, Mike.
Yeah, look, that to me...
McDonald's? I'm sorry, you said McDonald's. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, you had Martinez, who's already committed. Of course, I think LSU's in real good shape with his teammate Marcus Dumerville. We're going to see about Cameron Jackson getting moved to the offensive line. But my thing on Cameron Jackson being moved to the offensive line or counting against Jane Craig's numbers, if their thought was that they needed 4 offensive linemen, I don't. Is it a good thing that he would count against his 4 because Jackson is going to be a bit of a project? Shouldn't he be a 5th offensive lineman and he still gets his 4? Or is it a deal where, man, there just aren't 4 good offensive linemen out there to be had, and it's difficult to get them there. Paris Johnson, who visited LSU officially, committed to Ohio State, and look, and they're going to continue to work him hard. But he had his official visit to Ohio State this past weekend, and if you follow him on Twitter, I mean, he got home from that official visit, and he's publicly tweeting to other recruits saying, "Join us and win a national championship." He's recruiting for Ohio State on Twitter. So I don't know. You right now you've got an entire roster full of guards at LSU, and you really need a bunch of tackles, and they just. Unfortunately, it's not like DBs where it's easy for LSU. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah. And, of course, JP and Mike, we talked about it. Anthony Bradford's lost appreciable weight. They're going to come in and try him at right tackle. Cardell Thomas has lost a lot of weight. Going to try him at left guard. Mike, Cole Smith has got his name in the transfer portal. Doesn't look like Cedric Van Pran has any interest. You and I have talked off the air and on the air on the radio. And we'll do Mike tomorrow on Thursday, as we didn't have a show today, but we'll do Mike tomorrow, Thursday, streaming on WUBR. So what about the centers and tackles? And it looks like if they can get Troar to play a little tackle this year with Deculus and McGee and Sadiq Charles, they may be all right. But JP, we're getting into the same problem. Mike, you and I have talked about it. Got to get some legitimate tackles. And I still don't understand about Brady Ward in Alabama, why he's not getting more of a look-see.
Yeah, look, they went out and they scouted Brady Ward in May. They swear up and down that his offer to Oklahoma is committable, and I think they're going back out there at the end of July. We'll see what happens. I know there's a trip to Arkansas planned, so we'll see on that. I don't see where that's going to end up happening with LSU, but certainly things can change. It's like we never really talk about, what's going to end up happening with Ed Ingram. Is he ever going to get reinstated? Is this thing going to just stay in limbo forever? That would be a significant shot in the arm. I think Cardell Thomas looks absolutely great. Can he come in and play? Is Thomas Perry, and then is it Thomas Perry or Bradford that has more of an opportunity to come in and play early? But again, you're all three of those guys. Is maybe one of them possibly a candidate to play to be a right tackle, or are they all guards?
Mike, I saw a picture tweeted of Cardell Thomas and the transformation his body's going through. I mean, what kind of diet plan did they have him on? It looks like a different person.
Yeah, well, he was eating tuna fish right out of the bag, just raw, tuna fish with nothing on it and grapefruit for months. And ran into him at the indoor facility a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "No, I had to quit doing that. I was starting to get too weak in the weight room.
Jesus.
So he started back, adding more carbs and this and that. But he probably needs to be in the 330, 335 range. I think that's what he said. That's where he feels he'd be the most comfortable strength-wise. So it's funny seeing those offensive linemen out at camp out there for 3 days and seeing Christian Lockator out there coaching defensive linemen now that he's a GA on the staff. And what was his playing weight? About 290, 300?
Yeah.
Right. He's got his shirt tucked in. He doesn't look like he has any fat on him. He's about 250. And he said he couldn't wait to lose the weight. So some kids are needing to go in different directions than others.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, real quick, Jaquilin Roy and Jacobian Gilry. Roy went to A&M and promptly gave a three-team leaders in his final three of A&M, Alabama, and LSU. Gilry went to Alabama, then to LSU. He rated both visits a 10. Give us your prognostications on those D linemen. And what about all these D linemen that LSU have verbally committed? Are some of those going to fall by the wayside, or are they really going to bring in that many on the defensive front?
Look, I think LSU's right where they need to be with both Roy and Guillory. I think Roy going and having a positive visit to A&M that was expected. No athlete goes on an official recruiting visit and has a bad visit. That just doesn't happen.
Right.
They get the red carpet rolled out for them, and particularly when they go on an official visit this time of year, they're either the only person on a visit that weekend, or they're one of two or three. So, I think LSU probably would be in a real best interest of them is to, the dead period will end at the end of July, and I know A&M and others are doing like barbecues and stuff like that. I think it might be a wise thing for LSU to throw together some sort of boy from the boot type of event, get all your commitments in that you can, invite them in for a barbecue or a jambalaya or something, and then and the kids that you offer, keep it small, just to touch base again one last time before both high school and LSU starts practice on August 1st, because again you won't see those kids most likely again until they show up for a home football game for an unofficial visit and they're on the sideline.
Come on, Bags, pick up some Manda sausage and you guarantee you'll get them interested. That classic traditional sausage. Mike, wrapping it up, at 20 commitments at this point, inquiring minds want to know what LSU and other schools have learned with the early signing period, and do you foresee maybe 22 or less when they go December? Will they keep a couple left for grad transfers in that last period? And Jacoby and Gilry, January 4, you're going to save a spot for him. So what kind of number are we looking at in December?
I'm kind of wondering. I know Guillory's saying January 4th. I wonder if that's going to hold true for long. I think he'll grow tired of the recruiting process. That's just me. And I really wonder if LSU might be absolutely totally finished in the early signing period, and if there's anything left, maybe there's a couple or one.
Yeah.
For February. Wouldn't that be something if they absolutely finished it off totally in December? Because I think it can happen.
Yeah. Well,
I really do, because you're at 20 now. You need a running back, a tight end. That's 22. You want 3 more offensive linemen, that's 25. They want another outside linebacker, that's 26. Domio's still out there at defensive back, that's 27. What am I missing? And Guillory and Roy, that's 29. I mean, something's got to give.
Yeah, well, not all the time do they stick, and some of them will get processed, but it's a good problem to have. Hey, real quick, wrapping up, last one, running backs. Milton, we're hearing leaning towards maybe Georgia, Zachary Evans, LSU, Bama, and others, and obviously Assad Johnson. If you could give us the latest on.
Yeah, well, I think Kayvon Lee, who was on campus for the camp last week, tweaked a hamstring. That is one of our stories on the site today. I think Penn State's in Florida's a big factor with him, but don't count out him. I think Milton is Georgia. I think Zach Evans is LSU or Alabama. Kayvon Lee is LSU, Penn State, Florida. We got a big story on him on the site right now. So I think that's your list. I don't, I'm sure they'll continue to recruit Shad Johnson, but I don't. I think Evans and Lee are a little bit higher on the board.
Well, Mike, we certainly appreciate your time here on Tigers Roar. Before we let you go, tell everybody how they can get involved with TigerBait.com and sign up today.
That's it. Go to TigerBait.com. $1. You get on the site, check us out, get involved on our Tiger Den Premium message board. Nobody does video better than us. We got recruiting updates posted multiple times daily. Got a real nice feature story on Jack Marucci and a bunch of innovative things he's doing in the training room that even NFL teams are doing. That one was got a lot of great thumbs up from our subscribers today. So go to TigerBait.com, subscribe. We really want to have you on board with us.
Thank you, Mike. Look forward to speaking with you next week.
Talk to you tomorrow on the radio.
That was Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com. If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor, check out TigerBait.com. Sign up today for only $1. Lots of information, lots of video. It's all there, TigerBait.com. I'm Jonathan Poche. He's Buddy Sanjay. Got to take a quick break. We come back, we'll hear from Joe Brady, the passing coordinator for the LSU Tigers, and the wide receivers coach from Monday on his Coach's Caravan stop at Walk-Ons in Metairie. Come back and join us after this break.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Eagle 98.1 with Condon Uncensored in the morning. Southern Rock with Michelle Southern to head home. Your home for LSU sports. Welcome to Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
For total home pest control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing. The printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar. I am Jonathan Poche. He's Buddy Sanji. We're at Scoreboards 10655 Coursey Boulevard. Lots of sports on the TVs, College World Series. Great crowd out here right now. I appreciate you turning into Tigers Roar. I want to get to more coaching from the LSU Tigers. Their coach's caravan stopped in Metairie, Louisiana at Clearview Mall. Walk-ons is where it was. I want to let you hear from the new hot commodity, Joe Brady, passing coordinator and wide receivers coach for LSU Tigers. Here is Coach Joe Brady.
Everybody good? How much you enjoy doing this? And how much fun is it to watch Coach O do this?
Look, I know it's part of the business. I'm not a in front of the media type person. I like to be kind of in my office, kind of in the cut, but I understand it comes with comes with the job. I know Coach O probably enjoys this a lot, so I'll leave it up to him.
How good is he at this part of the job?
Look, honestly, this is who he is, when you guys aren't even there. I always thought it was just, he's great in the recruiting aspect and talking to the media, but Coach O, whether it's 5 a.m., 10 p.m. at night, he's got the same juice. This is who he is at all times. It's impressive. It's impressive.
How would you describe kind of the opportunity you have with this program?
It's an incredible opportunity. It's an opportunity that, look, every job I've always had, I've kind of always had my head, where my butt is. Like, I've never thought about what the next job, just take care of, the job at hand. But this opportunity to me to coach an elite program, elite, group of receivers, and be able to put my stamp on the offense, to me, it was an opportunity that I didn't think I could turn down, and that I'm fortunate for, I'm grateful for, and, I've enjoyed it every single bit of it.
How different will the offense be?
Sorry. Look, the thing about LSU is they're always going to have speed. And it's our job as coaches to put our speed in space and allow them to win their one-on-ones. The type of athletes we have at LSU, I think they're going to make us look good. So if we can utilize, tempo to our advantage, allow defense to have to defend every blade of grass, I think in getting our speed in space, I think that allows us to have the most success.
Will things look different? Drastically different? How different will the offense look?
I guess we'll see in the fall. I'll let Coach Ensminger answer that.
What did you think you bring? What did you bring from the Sean Payton Saints offense with you to
Look, Coach wanted obviously us to kind of make some changes to our passing game, and so, look, Coach Payton and the Saints offensive system for years. It might be the prolific, the best offensive system, maybe the game's ever seen for a consistent basis. So, I took schemes that I felt like can translate at any level, that are easy reads for the quarterback, allow to get our skills, positions in space, and so we just wanted to just kind of, modernize the passing game.
What would be a comp for the passing game as a whole, just kind of principles-wise? Is there a college comp to what you're trying to bring?
Look, the college comp, I can't really compare it to. And look, it's football's football. You're going to run the same type of schemes. But I think what we're trying to do is, we're trying to get the ball out fast, get the ball in space, and when we want it, we can take shots. Look, at LSU, we're always going to take shots down the field. But we're going to be a diverse offense. Look, what you see in New Orleans, you're going to see Drew get the ball out fast. You're going to see him push the ball down the field. And look, we're looking to do the same type of stuff. Play action, quick game, drop back, utilize our running backs, utilize our tight ends, get our running backs the ball in space and the pass game. So from that standpoint, without studying a lot of college football in the past couple of years, I'm not sure exactly who to compare it to.
What's your introduction to Joe Burrow been like? Is there a story maybe that you have about?
Without giving a story, look, the thing about Joe, I want to run through a wall for Joe Burrow. I love his moxie. I think everybody on that football team, he makes everybody on that football team better. I think I talked about this earlier, but, in New Orleans, I think every single game you watch Drew Brees walk into the huddle, before the game, and everybody in that stadium, in that huddle, believes that we have a chance to win because of Drew Brees, and I think we have that here at LSU. Joe Burrow, is exactly what you're looking for in the quarterback. He has that moxie, he has that makeup. As a coach, you're fired up knowing that Joe's your quarterback, and I think everybody on that team backs him, loves him, works for him, and I know every single time we step on the field this fall, we got opportunity to win with Joe Burrow. Joe is an athlete. Joe is an athlete, and I think we're going to allow Joe to be that athlete this year. Yeah, look, I've loved how Miles has worked this spring. The thing about Miles is Miles has an incredible arm. He can make every throw on the field, but what a lot of people might not know is how athletic Miles is. Miles can make plays with his feet, not only just by escaping the pocket, but he can make plays on design runs. So we have a lot of faith in Miles, if need be, that he'd come in and be able to contribute for us. Yes. Look, Coach has a thing here in New Orleans, in LSU, that you don't blink. Sorry. I'm in New Orleans right now. I'm here. That's all I'm hearing. But these receivers, they don't blink. They just come to work every single day, and I think that's a standard at LSU. You got guys like Josh Reed, Odell Beckham, Jarvis. Like, all they do is come to work every single day, and it kind of paid off at LSU and in the NFL. And I tell the receivers every single day, the team's going to go as we go. That receiver room is going to make this team what it's supposed to be. And I let them know, like, hey, on Saturdays in the fall, sorry for my language, but I'll be damned if Odell, if Jarvis, if they turn on the film, they don't see the mentality that the LSU receivers are playing with. So these guys work. We're pushing them. They're enjoying it. And I'm excited to work. I love working with those guys. Yeah, I think every back that we have in the program fits the vision that we're looking for. That's one thing I really took from New Orleans in the draft process is it's not about who's the best players, it's about the right fit and the vision for, what you're looking for. And I think we have a great mix of running backs that can kind of, you can find their niche and their role and be able to utilize them in vast, in different ways in the offense. And so I'm excited about them. I thought it was fun seeing them do those type of things, running routes out of the backfield. And obviously at LSU, look, one thing we can do is we can run the ball with that physicality downhill. So it's a great group. Look, at the end of the day, we want a quarterback, and we want a quarterback that wants to play quarterback and wants to make plays with his arm. But I think it's important for a quarterback to be able to use his feet, and not necessarily, I don't mean with running, with the run game strictly, but be able to, hey, when the pocket breaks down, can he make a play with his feet? As long as they show that athleticism and that the defense has to respect that they have a quarterback, they have 11 people on the field that could run the ball at any given time. I think whether you're calling run plays or not, they have to respect that, and I think that allows us to have the most success. So ideally, we want a quarterback first and foremost, not a runner first and foremost. Yeah, look, we wanted to keep the terminology the same. So the exact type of offense that we're running in New Orleans, some of the pass plays, the terminology is the same. So a lot of those coaching points that were embedded in me from, Curtis Johnson, from Ronald Curry, from Coach, it's been fun to be able to now utilize that at the college level. I told these guys, look, they all have dreams of playing in the NFL, so it's my goal that when these guys sit down in the draft in the draft meetings, that, in the combines, that they sit down and these wide receiver coaches sit down and try to teach them a concept, and they say, hold on, coach, just give me the mark, I can teach it to you. So, we want to be smart smart receivers. We want to know conversions. We want to be, attention to detail, and I think that these are the type of receivers that we have here.
Justin would probably be the lead guy based
Look, you might not like this answer, but I will never speak specifically on the receivers. I think the concept that we're going right now with the receivers is everyone's going to eat in this offense, and obviously you guys know what I mean by that. But everyone's going to have an opportunity to catch the ball. Everybody's going to have an opportunity to get the ball. So it's our job to get those guys the ball. So we never, we all as a receiver group, every single thing we do is together. There's nothing going to be from an individual standpoint. I love how they're all working. They push everybody. It's DBU, so receivers going against DBUs every single day. The best players we're going to go against in this season is against our own defensive backs. So I love the way the offense is working, the receivers are working. I'm excited to keep working with them.
That was not offensive coordinator. That was the passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach Joe Brady for LSU Tigers, coming over from the New Orleans Saints, bringing that RPO with him. What are your impressions of young Joe Brady?
Well, I had a bunch of text messages saying I didn't think he sounded like he wore glasses. 28 years old, really? How about getting a first job with the Tigers, making $400 plus for 3 years?
Yep.
So a lot of expectations. I think he's going to give, like you said earlier, JP, he can relate to these guys. This is the offense that Joe Burrow ran in high school.
Right.
This is offense. All these quarterbacks that they're recruiting and already have verbally committed have been running. So it's a win-win there. You still have to do it on the field. And once again, you always have to do the basic things. You got to run the football. You got to stop the run. You have to win the turnover game. But I do think that defense wins championships, but offense sells excitement, seats, hot dogs, and hey, we haven't made a prediction yet. Thumbs up or thumbs down? LSU goes ahead and lets beer and wine in the stadium, throughout the stadium.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. A&M's already said they're going to do it. Alabama, Mississippi State, and Auburn are looking at the idea, but may let other teams be guinea pigs. But I'm thinking that there could be some beers drank because of that LSU offense this year.
Got to take our last break of the evening here on Tigers Roar. When we come back, we'll put a bow on it right here from Scoreboards 10655 Coursey Boulevard. I'm Jonathan Poche. He's the Bud Man, Buddy Sanjay, here on Tigers Roar.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
Relief Window, experience Relief Window.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in BatonRouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar. Jonathan Poche, Buddy Sanji here to put a wrap on another episode from Scoreboards 10655 Coursey Boulevard. Come check us out on a Wednesday afternoon. We tape around 5 o'clock here in the summertime. Great atmosphere, TVs all over the place. College World Series on right now. It's a great game. Can't beat the atmosphere. Great bar. JoJo's working behind the bar. Come check her out. She's a good time. Buddy, what can you say? Football's around the corner. It's a great time to be a fan. Saints and LSU both expecting great seasons. We'll see what they can do.
Started to show off with Zion Williamson, of course, getting the jersey and the note from Drew Brees. So the Pelicans are all fired up about that. In case you missed it, Kevin Durant is going to be a free agent, not re-signed with Golden State. Of course, he's going to be out the next year, him and Clay. So NBA news. And CWS 1-1 right now early. You pulling for Vandy or Michigan, or does it really not matter?
SEC.
You and I were talking about it, man. Kumar Rocker is the real deal. And so want to see the SEC win it. But, hey, for all you Tiger fans, hang in there. Football around the corner. And I would say cautiously optimistic, but by the time you get into late July and August, hey, man, Tigers going to go 11-1 and 12-0. Saints are going to go 12-4. Southern's going to go 8-3 or 8. It's just what we do in South Louisiana, North Louisiana, this whole state. You don't think your team's going to lose a game. Should be a great year for all you Tiger fans and Saints fans.
Well, buddy, certainly appreciate you filling in on Tigers Roar. Give me a little love right here, a little dap.
Yeah, I came out to bullpen for a little bit.
I appreciate you. You can check us out on YouTube if you miss it live. It's youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. It's a great way to keep track of everything going on here at Pelican. You got Tigers Roar. You also got the hottest new show in Baton Rouge, Glitter Gossip. Had the Kelly Palooza this past weekend. If you haven't seen that, definitely check us out at YouTube. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. Buddy, thank you again.
Get your hair back for Kelly. Yes, that's a wrap. We'll see you next week, everybody.